Hello. Just do a quick mic test. Take testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Hello, hello. Fantastic, the mic is working, that's good. Yo, welcome guys to another stream by myself. Hello Scotty, how are we doing, mate? Good to have you back, bro. We missed you last week when you weren't racing. And a good evening to everyone who is watching. For round 6 here at Zandvoort. Sadly not racing this week either. Oh, I didn't even look. I've not even had a chance to look at the lineup. So I didn't realise you weren't racing at all, mate. Oh, that's a shame, lads. Good to see you though in the chat though, mates. Keep me company. So everyone comes out for quali. I believe it's only Harry actually that's coming out on the medium tyres, which is interesting. So maybe Harry is going to try and finish in the top 10 on the mediums and have a different strategy to everyone else. It's a risky move though. We shall wait and see anyway. But yeah, it's a short track, this one, compared to the others that we've raced at recently. It's only about a minute, between like a minute 7 and between a minute 10 a lap around here. So it should be interesting as we're on board here with the Ghost of Anxiety as he does the first sector of his first lap. We've got a couple of new folk in today. We've got Burgerzord, JD Barca, Sten as well, and of course Farico as well. Looks like he's new as well, unless people have been changing their names once again, like the Goat of Anxiety did, who was of course formerly known as Wet Boy on Drugs. Speaking of the devil, Goat of Anxiety does a 109.6, and Mavs UK just beats that time for 109.616. We'll stay on board here with Farico, Toxic, if I'm saying that his name right. See what he can do here. Too late, mates. Goes on provisional pole for 108.7. Very good lap from him, that. And Frico comes across the line, does a 109.6, puts himself into P3. Very nice lap from him for his first outing. Meanwhile, Harry does a 110.1. Meanwhile, on board with Carcraft, who does a purple sector 2. Oh, just almost lost it there, just corrects it though very nicely, Carcraft. And Carcraft is going to set a 109.6, puts himself into P5. Not both side that owners out that. But it's too late, mate, who has set the early pace in qualifying here. Done a 108.7, 3 times quicker than Yari, who's currently in P2 and jumps into the pits. Meanwhile, on board here with Sten. Bob Sadder gets out the way for him. What time can Sten set? Can he improve on his 109.7? He can't, so he's going to jump into the pits. Meanwhile, Bob Sadder starts his first fast lap in quali. It's a track that you really do have to keep your speed up, if you like. You can't afford to be braking too hard at corners and losing time. You know, you kind of got to be a bit brave and just let the car sort of drift around some of these corners at times, as Bob Sadder is demonstrating that point very nicely here. It's a track that can be very satisfying if you get it right. As Bob Sadder is looking very good lap this. As he comes around the final corner onto the start-finish straight. What time is Bob Sadder going to set here? He is going to set a 109.3, shows himself up into P3. Very nice lap from him. Martino jumps into P3 with a 109.2, drops Bob Sadder into P4. Very good lap from Tino. On board here with Bergazord. Is that how you say his name? Well, that's how we're going to say it. Currently in P17 with a 110.4, as I've just heard WLBDK has retired from qualifying. See what time Bergazord can set. I think he is going to improve on his 110.4. He's going to do a 109.7, just puts himself up a few places into P14. Him on board with Yari, currently in P. I was just about to say he's in P2, but he's not. He's been shoved down to P3 because the goat of anxiety has just done a 108.9, and now he is in P2. Yari invalidates his lap time, unfortunately for him. Maybe a bit of shenanigans going on there between those two. No harm done though, as both of them were on out laps, or on in laps, can't really tell. Meanwhile, learning the wheel. Fastest so far is at 109.6. Huge lockup there to slow down, but skip the speed up as the track is very, very busy now. It's all about timing around here in terms of when you go onto the track, because it's so short. If people are going quite slow down the track to either preserve their tyres to go for their fast lap, or if they're just coming in after doing a fast lap, you know, you can catch them very quickly, and traffic can be a real pain in the butt around here. Oh, letting the wheel, he was 8 tenths up and he just cuts the corner a bit too much there, and he invalidates his lap time. We'll ride on board with Sten once again. He's He's going to improve. How much is he going to improve by? He'll improve by 4 tenths and do a 109.3. He's up into P6. As our current provisional pole sitter, Too Late Mates, is about to start another fast lap. And I think we'll ride on board with him for the for his quali lap here. Very nice using the apex there. Salvinic just getting out of the way just in time for Too Late Mates. Oh no! And what an absolute disaster for our provisional pole sitter, who is now out of qualifying. After hitting the wall, he just completely lost the car, and there was only one place he was going, it was in the bar, and he hit it hard, and unfortunately that is the end of his qualifying, and that is a massive, massive shame. And it's the fine margins that you take when you just go for that extra couple of attempts quicker on a lap. And that is a shame for him. And the girl of anxiety must be licking his lips now, him and Yari. I'm thinking that this pole position could be theirs this time. But we shall wait and see. As the girl of anxiety who starts his lap will jump on board with Yari, who unfortunately has spun it out. Not as ferociously as Too Late Mate. He is going to have to go back to the pits. But a bit of a commentator's curse once again there. Jumps straight into Yari and he crashes. Rides the apex very nicely there on that corner. He's only slightly quicker, but it is looking like a nice wee lap from him, from the Goat of Anxiety. He's got a 108.7 to beat. Will he be able to do that? It's going to be close. It's a 108.773. It's not enough to be Too Late Mate, but he will get a chance to jump into the pits, get on another fresh pair of soft tyres and go again. He's so close. Meanwhile, we jump on board with Bob Sadder, currently in P6. Fastest is a 109.3. Can potentially move himself up a few places if he can go a couple of attempts quicker on this lap. We shall wait and see as he comes round the final corner. Bob Sadder not quite going to improve, so he decides to jump into the pits. So we'll jump on board with JD Barstead instead. And he is not going to improve, and he stays in P9. So we've just got about 4 minutes left of qualifying to go. As most drivers are currently on their outlaps at the moment. Landry deciding to jump in very ferociously, gets himself a little warning for speeding, I'm assuming. So we'll stay on board here with Yari, so I don't know what happened there. He does a purple sector 1, does Yari. You might as well throw caution to the wind now, just a couple of minutes left. He's gone purple again in sector 2. There he comes round here. He's going to jump into the pits rather than setting that time. Right, we'll jump back on board with Tino, I think. Avoids invalidating his lap time. And Tino will set a 108.754 and he's into P2. What a mega lap from Tino. As Bob Sada retires from qualifying as a train of cars jump, as that's Magic K's qualifying finish, I believe. Oh, and Harry just losing it there. I think that might be the end of his pursuit at qualifying. Moving on board with Joe Royal. With just under a minute to go left of qualifying. He's currently in P17. His fastest is 110.2. You would expect him to beat that time, but he'll have to beat it significantly if he wants to get himself into the top 10. There's yellow flags up ahead, although they've now disappeared. Joe Royal, that is I think the end of his qualifying, and he will stay in P17. We'll stay on board with the Red Bull of Salvinic as qualifying now comes to an end. So Salvinic is going to set a 108.8. Gets himself into P4. So it looks like Yari is the only person remaining that can get Too Late Mate off that pole position. What can he do? Oh, he's just lost the car there, and he's going to have lost a lot of time there, unfortunately for Yari. As Sten comes across the line to set a 109.3, gets himself into P9. Meanwhile, Yari comes round the final corner and he's going to set a 108.8, so he is going to improve. That is going to put him into P5, but not enough, and Too Late Mate holds on to pole position after crashing midway through qualifying, and he stays in pole position. Two drivers got very close. Tino and the Girl of Anxiety got very close, but not close enough to the Belgian. And he will be on the front row along with Tino. Meanwhile, Girl of Anxiety and Salvage will be on the second. Yari and Mavs UK on the third. Vision Lender Wheel on the fourth. Sten Bob Sadder on the fifth. Outside the top 10 we have Barca and Carcraft, Harry Colley Max, Frico Toxic, Burgerzord, and Joe Royal and WLBDK will be at the back. How's it look? Are we still live? Just double checking. Yeah, we are still live. Good, good. Thought the stream had gone down then. But do let me know who you think is going to win this race, as it looks like it's going to be dry. See a lot of sunshine. Let us know who you are cheering on and who you think's going to win the race. And if there are any of our Tier 1 drivers in the stream, good luck to you. Have a good race. And give us an entertaining one. It's going to be interesting to see in this race whether people opt for the one-stop strategy of the softs for about 9 or 10 laps and then going on the hards to the end, or maybe doing a two-stop, going a soft, soft, medium, maybe a soft, medium, soft. It'll be interesting to see. As we have a look at the tyres, and obviously top 10 have got a start on the softs. Meanwhile, JD Barca is onto the mediums. Harry Cully and Max opting onto the hards, so looks like they're going to go for the one stop, go onto the softs at the end. Frico Toxic and Joe Will onto the mediums as well as Barca. And WLBDK, Carcraft and Bergazord jump onto fresh soft tyres. Of course, different things can come into play with strategies. Obviously, safety cars can change it completely. So, nothing's for certain. So as the cars line themselves back onto the grids, we wait for in anticipation for round 6 of the SRL League. As we have 5 red lights and away we go here at Zandvoort. So they may get a good start. Oh, and a little bit of contact between Too Late Mate and Tino. Ooh, Max UK going a little bit there. Thought he was going to go in the back of somebody. Oh, and there's a Red Bull span out. And it is Salvanich. Not sure who it is who tapped him, or who he tapped as such. But that will bring out a virtual safety car. Meanwhile, Harry Cully has been given a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Farico. Sorry, they've both been given 5-second time penalties for the same collision, I believe. But once again here in Tier 1, in the first lap we have some kind of safety car coming out, but it looks like we're going racing once again here, are we? Bob Sada all over the back of Carcraft here. He's going to go for the move. And it looks like he's made that move done. And that is him up into P6. Meanwhile, Bergazord and Vision and a couple other drivers jump into the pits for front wing repairs. And the wheel went a little bit wide there. And I thought Yari was going to get him, but not quite. It's such a short track and there's not too many overtaking opportunities. You've kind of just got to get as close as possible to somebody and end up getting side by side with them so you can maybe make the corner before them. But our pole sitter, too late mates, still out in front after the first few laps. Meanwhile, Mavs, UK and Learn the Wheel have had good starts. They're into P3 and P4 respectively. Meanwhile, the Goat of Anxiety and Carcraft are side by side here. And it looks like Goat of Anxiety is going to hold on at the moment. Oh, and Sten has lost the back end just about. A bit of had to correct his steering a little bit there, and thank goodness he didn't lose it as Carcraft jumps into the pits. I'm not sure whether he's got some damage potentially. We'll have a quick look to see. Is he gonna? He has indeed, and unfortunately that is a front wing change for him. But meanwhile, Yari in P5 looking to get past Lion the Wheel, who's in P4. We're clipping, hitting the curb a little bit heavy there, a little bit of aerial from him, but keeps it under control. Yari had to correct a little bit there to avoid losing the car. It's fine margins here. It's so easy to lose the car on these curbs, but the rewards can be very good if you do get a couple of good laps together and get some good consistency and get some speed going. Wheel gets himself onto the grass, and he almost runs, hits Yari, but fortunately Yari gets past, and unfortunately for Lennon's a wheel, he is now dropped into P6 as Bob Sada managed to get past him, and now he might be under pressure from the Goat of Anxiety. They go side by side here, nice overview shot here, but the Goat of Anxiety is going to get past. And Lennon DeWheel had gone wide a few times in that section of track for that over the last couple of laps, and it costs him dearly as he now goes from P4 into P7, and he is going to jump into the pits. So then the real Pitts jumps onto the hard tyres, so it looks like it's going to be a one-stop strategy from him. Me and Martino just staying within DRS of Too Late Mate at the moment in these early stages of this race. A long way to go, so there's no point trying to push yourself at the moment. As long as he stays within DRS of Too Late Mate, he's doing a good job. Meanwhile, learning to wheel on those new hard tyres. Up against Carcraft. This is the battle for P11. Carcraft, of course, on a faster compound tyres. Learned to wheel. Ooh. Got really scared he was going to run into the back of Carcraft there. Did brake quite late there, but no harm done. And this is where Learned might look to have a move on Carcraft here. He'll go to the... I was going to say go to the inside, but decided against the move. Heavy braking from the two of them. As Bob Sada has, I think, lagged out of the session. Hopefully we can get him back in. Just see if we can do it very quickly, because I believe I've got him as a friend. So we'll just very quickly try and get Bob Sada back in here. There we are. Meanwhile, at the front, Too Late Mate has now got the gap just outside the DRS now of Tino. As Carcraft on Learn the Wheel still battle. Carcraft now in P10, Learn the Wheel in P11. Meanwhile, further up ahead, Sten has got past Bob Sada. He is now in P6. Meanwhile, Yari jumps into P3 as Mavs UK decides to pit. As the interval times decide to disappear on me. Hopefully we'll get those back in just a moment. But the drivers looking a little bit more split up now, because of pit stops and whatnot. You know, a lot more gaps forming now. One gap that doesn't seem to be changing though is the small margins between Carcraft and Landon DeWheel for P10. And even though Carcraft is on medium tyres, he doesn't seem to be able to be gaining any time on Learn the Wheel, who's on hards, which is interesting to see. As though he's going to go for the move, or he was going to, but decides to opt out of it. Meanwhile, battle for P7 between Mavs UK and WLBDK. Mavs has pitted though, WLBDK has not. So he doesn't necessarily have to try and get this move done on track, although Mavs UK looks like he wants to. Gonna get the RS now on the Williams. As Bob Sadler looks to have got his goes off into P5 as Sten decides to now pit. We stay on board though with this battle for P6. WTK just getting himself a little bit wide there. No, we're going to jump away from this battle and jump to a familiar one that is learning the wheel and carcraft. And both of them, Max might be under a little bit of pressure here. Been on those hard tyres for 10 laps and Carcraft's gone for the move, he's got past Max. And I wonder now if Learn the Wheel can get that move done. Oh no, and Max has lost it and Learn the Wheel's now been hit. And what a disaster for both of their races this is, as that is a virtual safety car being deployed because of that incident. I'm not sure, I don't know if Carcraft, if Max hit Carcraft or not or whatnot, but unfortunately it's resulted in that collision, and they've now and everyone has now jumped into the pits as the virtual safety car is out for the second time in this race. And it is essentially not good news for the likes of Too Late Mate and Bob Sadder, who I'm assuming are probably going to pit this lap potentially. And Too Late Mate is going to jump into the pits. Bob Sadder, I'm assuming, is going to do the same. Yeah, I think that's what I saw as well. To be fair, I didn't think Cockcraft had done anything, so I do apologise for insinuating that Cockcraft had. It did look like Max had just lost it, but unfortunately, the person I feel for in that instance is Learning the Wheel. He was having a great battle in Carcraft, but it's, you know, no foul play from Max. Unfortunately, it happens in racing. You can lose the car so easily, and that's a real shame for Max and Learning the Wheel's races. But what that virtual safety car has done now is allowed Too Late Mate to jump into the pits and preserve his lead by a couple of seconds on Tino, who of course is in P3 at the moment. And he'll be hoping that Bob Sadder is going to pit this lap so he can get he'll get the RS here and he'll get some clean air if Bob Sadder decides to pit. As Mavs UK gets himself a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And to the relief of Tino, Bob Sadder does pit on lap 14 as Yari maybe caught Tino napping a little bit there. They touch slightly, Yari goes through into P2. No hanging around from Yari there, really nice move from him. As the WLBDK decides to pit now as well, allowing Vision to jump into P7. Meanwhile, battle for P4. We've seen a lot of good battles so far in this race, I've got to say. It's been some very good racing. And it looks like this is going to be another good battle. As the goal of anxiety is on a couple of laps, fresher, harder tyres. And he's going to go for the move on the inside. And it looks like he's going to get the move done on Mavs UK. And he is up into P4. Nice move from the goal of anxiety, who will now set his sights on Tino in P3. As Too Late Mate sets the fastest lap of the race of a 1:11.9. Oh, and Bob Sada has just lost it. He's lost it where I lost it in my race in Tier 4 before, except luckily for him he didn't have any cars coming, so he could reverse very quickly and get himself going again. He hasn't got any damage. So we're on lap 15, about to go into lap 16, not quite halfway through yet. As Tino will get the RS here on Yari. So way far too back to even think about making a move on the Mercedes driver in his home Grand Prix. There's yellow flags in sector 2, and Max looks like he's binned it and is out of this race and becomes our first retirement here at Zandvoort. Unlucky for him. As a virtual safety car has been brought out, and that has meant all the drivers now have to drop their speed and keep it below the delta. And there's our third virtual safety car of this race already as well. And we go racing once again. On board here with Sen, trying to chase down his teammate for P10. So you would suspect that Vision's going to have to pit again. Learning to wheel potentially could get his tyres to the end depending on how much he looks after them, but everyone else should be good to go to the end barring any safety cars. SRL gets past line and the wheel for P15. But so far so good for our leader at the moment, Too Late Mate, in the Alpha. Keeping a nice 2-second gap to Yari, although that gap is. Yari is trying to chirp at it just a little bit. Now we'll jump back on board with our battle between Stern and Bergazord. And Stern with DRS is going to fly past his teammate, and he is now in P10. Meanwhile, we're watching the battle for P13 between JD Barca and Harry Cully. Barca has fresher, harder tyres by a couple of laps than Harry. And he'll get DRS here. He's going to think to go for a move now. He's going to stay behind and try and set himself up for this long corner slash straight, much whatever you call it. And he is going to get DRS now on Harry. Harry trying to break the toe of the racing point. And they're going to go side by side, but it looks like Harry is just going to hold on to the position for now. But good battle between these two drivers at the moment. Harry goes defensive into that corner, trying to block any potential dive bomb Barca may be thinking to do. And it's yellow flagged in sector 2, and it looks like it's a Williams of WLBDK who has had a spin. But we'll stay aboard with the battle here between these two. And Barca's managed to hold it on the outside and get past Harry. It was a nice move. But now the McLaren is going to get DRS on him on this straight. And wonder if he's going to get the... He's going to have to take the position back here. He'll go to the outside this time. There's a little bit of contact between the two as they go side by side. Barca might have held on to the move. Oh, that's the position I should say. Harry decides to go on the outside, but he's not going to be able to get around him, and that is Barca through for P12. Meanwhile, Vision, who has now pitted for mediums to go to the end, is hunting down Carcraft for P7. He is in DRS range now of the Williams. Vision, of course, will have the advantage on the mediums. Has Carcraft been on his hard for about 8 laps. And you would suspect that Vision is not going to want to hang around behind Carcraft for too long if he can indeed get past him. And he's going to get the RS, and he'll go to the inside, and he has the line, and he's going to make those good side by side. Carcraft's still there on his left hand side. Touches him a little bit, almost puts him in the wall. Luckily doesn't do so, and now Vision needs to try and make the move happen once again. He's going to get the RS once again on Carcraft. He's gaining on him. This time he'll go to the outside. As they go side by side at turn 1. They're still there, and it looks like Vision has got through this time and is now in P7. Good driving from both of them. Carcraft, I don't know if he's AI, so I wonder if he's having a look at penalties here, but he might need to take control of his car once again here as Farico's going to get past the Williams driver into P8. I'm not sure what's happened to Carcraft here, but this is going to allow Sten to get past him as well. As Vision sets the fastest lap of the race of a 1:11.7. Vision, of course, currently in P7, well, just under 5 seconds from Bob Sada. But meanwhile, too late, mate. He's managed to keep this gap to Yari to about 2 seconds. Meanwhile, we'll jump back down to the battle between Bergazord and Carcraft AI. I'm just going to drop him a re-invite here, because I don't know if he's lagged out or not. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll just drop him a re-invite. Just in case he needs one. As Barca and Carcraft, there's contact between them two. But Barca gets through, and he is now going to, interestingly, he's going to jump into the pits now. I wonder if he got some front wing damage there from that collision with Carcraft's AI. Yes, he did. So Sten is in DRS range of Farico now. He's on much younger, harder tyres, much fresher harder tyres I should say, than Farico, whose tyres must be screaming about now as Carcraft retires from the race, and that is our second retirement of the session. But Sten here, just going to line himself up here for the second DRS detection zone. And Federico is going to jump into the pits and Sten will take P8. Let's just have a quick look at the penalties. So Tino, Mavsuke both got 3-second penalties. Which means with that penalty, Tino would drop to P4 and the Goat of Anxiety would jump into the podium positions. He wouldn't drop any lower than that at the moment. Meanwhile, JD Barca sets the fast lap of 111.1. So Federico now on soft tyres to the end. Just chasing down Lenderwheel, who has a 3-second time penalty, but Federico will still want to get the move done as quick as possible so he get himself further up the field potentially. And there we go, Federico, he'll get DRS. Not gaining quite enough to make a move this time round. But he'll stay on the back of the racing point. So at the moment it's a three-way battle, although Federico needs to get past Lenderwheel first. He could potentially get Harry as well. As Sen gets us off a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting warnings. And once again, Federico will... Ooh, Lenderwheel. A little bit of a jump on the curb there. And surely Federico is going to get past Lenderwheel on the straight. The problem is that Lenderwheel is getting DRS on Harry Cully, and we'll jump on board with this battle actually because it looks like Lenderwheel is going to get past. And they're side by side, the two drivers. There's a bit of contact between the two, but Lenderwheel is through for P10. And maybe all that. And Lenderwheel, well, he knew he had to get past Hardy because Federico was more than certain going to get past him. He had to try and put a car between them two, and he has done just that. But for how long can the McLaren hold off the Ferrari? He's going to go to the inside. And with DRS, he's going to get past the McLaren. Oh no, Harry! And Harry very aggressively turned in for the corner. And he's hit Federico. And I wonder if the Ferrari has got front wing damage after that. So we'll wait and see. But it looked like Federico had the move done. And I'm sure the stewards would be interested to see that incident. But meanwhile, we'll jump on board with the Goat of Anxiety, who is now within DRS range of Tino. With 6 laps left to go here at Zandvoort. Vision's going to get DRS on Bob Sada. He's gaining on the Renault. He's gaining. Where's he going to go? Outside, inside. He's going to go to the outside. Not going to quite be able to get the move around Bob Sada, who will hold on to the position for now. And Bob Sada will keep Vision behind for half a lap or so. Meanwhile, we'll jump back on board here between the battle for P3 between the Gove Anxiety and Tino. Both been on hard tyres for 17 laps. And he's got a massive bit of help with VRS there, and he's flown past the Ferrari to take the third podium position. Meanwhile, jump back on board with the battle between Vision and Bob Sadder for P6. Vision here with VRS and the help of DRS. Can he get close enough to Bob Sadder for a move? Not quite. Once again, the Alfa Romeo will be left frustrated of not being able to get close enough to make a move. And we'll once again have to keep looking at the rear of that Renault. Vision really putting the pressure on now, you can see. You'll get the RS here. And he is getting on Bob Sadder this time. He's going to go to the outside. Bob Sadder gives him plenty of room. They're still side by side, and that is Vision through for excuse me, for P6. Although Bob Sadder is going to get the RS here, so can he get him back here? Apologies, I had to mute my mic for a second there, as the battle for Bob Sadder and Vision continues. But Vision is now through for P6. So just a couple of laps to go now. Not too many laps left to get overtakes done and whatnot. Salvanich on a couple of laps fresher, harder tyres than Harry. Who's going to potentially set himself up in this next DRS zone to get past Harry for P11. As Harry picks up a 3-second time penalty. And oh no, well, Salvanich, so close to putting it in the wall, not quite. Lucky for him, manages to just go across the grass and not lose too much time to Harry, although he does have a penalty now, so there's not too much pressure for Salvanich to make this move happen on track as long as he keeps the gap below 3 seconds. But he'll have to be careful because Federico, there's another one who's on 3 seconds of penalties. Will want to get this move on Salvanich done himself. Of course, on soft tyres at the moment, and the help with DRS. He's going to go to the outside. Not going to quite be able to get the move done on that occasion. He'll have the next DRS zone just coming up in a second. As he's going to go to the inside actually of Salvanich. I wonder if he's actually just let him pass there, but either way, Federico is through for P12. Nice move. So we're on lap 34 now. And if we have a look at the penalty situation, Tino and Mazzucchini on 6 seconds, everyone else is on 3 seconds. But still in the lead is Too Late Mates. Still preserves that 2-second gap to Yari. They've both traded similar lap times, similar consistency. And because of that, Yari's just not been able to close that gap to the Alpha driver. He is now coming up towards the back of some back markers. And as we start the final lap of this race, it's looking like it's going to be another race victory for Too Late Mates. And what a dominant weekend it's been from qualifying to the race it has been. Meanwhile, JD Barca might fancy getting past Joe Rill on this final lap. But we're going to... Well, actually, we'll just stay on board with them. I thought that was Too Late Mate crossing the line, not quite yet though. And we will jump up on board with Too Late Mate as he's going to cross the line to take the race victory here at Zandvoort. Very good drive from him. Yari gets a very good P2, he'll be very happy with that. The Goat of Anxiety is going to take P3. Tino finishes P4 on track. Mazzucchini is coming around the final corner now. Is I think going to hold on to P5 despite his 6 seconds of penalty, thanks to Vision's 3-second penalty, so it's P5 for him. Vision is just gonna hold on to P6. I think maybe it was a bit not quite as close as I thought. Then takes P8. His Haas teammate Bargazord is going to come home to take P9. Lenin De Wheel takes P10. Harry Cully P11. Federico P12. JD Barca P13. Joe Royal P14. WLBDK 15th. And Salvanich P16. As the Game Awards, Bergazord as driver of the day. But well done to Too Late Mate. Once again, another phenomenal performance. Great job from Yari and Go of Anxiety as well. Can't have forgotten his name for a second there. Who are on the podium along with him. So, driver of the day was given to Bergazord. P16 to P9 is a very good achievement. So we're very happy with that. I think I'm going to give driver of the day to Yari today. Just simply because it starts at P5, drove very consistently, got a very good P2. So I'm going to give driver of the day to Yari for that really good drive in P2. And so that is the end of another fantastic Sunday afternoon / evening of SRL racing action. We will be back once again next Sunday. We will be at Japan. So stay tuned for that. First race will start at 3 o'clock, of course, Tier 4. Tier 3 and 2 at 5 o'clock. And of course, join me here once again at 7 o'clock for Tier 1 once again. But that is all from me. Take care, enjoy the rest of your evening. And have a great week. Take care, everyone.